Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P2A01, indicates a range or performance problem with the secondary heated oxygen sensor, known as Sensor 2, in the Honda Civic 2022 and newer models. The primary role of this sensor is to monitor the oxygen levels in the exhaust gases and provide feedback to the powertrain control module, PCM, for optimizing combustion and reducing emissions. When the output voltage of the secondary HO2S is consistently lower than a specified threshold, the PCM flags this issue and stores the code in its memory. This sensor is typically located in the exhaust system, downstream from the catalytic converter. Proper functioning of the HO2S is crucial for maintaining fuel efficiency and meeting emission regulations. In this guide, we will go over a structured troubleshooting process to identify the root cause of this DTC and resolve any associated issues. The secondary heated oxygen sensor, secondary HO2S, otherwise referred to as Sensor 2, plays a critical role in emissions management by monitoring the oxygen content in the exhaust gases. This sensor informs the powertrain control module, PCM, about the effectiveness of the catalytic converter by comparing the readings from the primary oxygen sensor. The secondary HO2S is located in the exhaust system, typically after the catalytic converter. If the reading of this sensor falls below a specified voltage value, the PCM assumes that there's an issue with the oxygen sensor itself or the circuit connecting the sensor to the PCM. This may result in poor engine performance, increased emissions, or fuel efficiency issues. Understanding the layout and the connections to this sensor is vital for any troubleshooting efforts. Several potential causes could lead to this DTC P2A01. First, an open circuit issue in the wiring connected to the secondary HO2S can prevent accurate voltage readings from being transmitted to the PCM. Second, a short to ground situation could also disrupt the signal, leading to incorrect sensor performance. Another possibility is a faulty secondary HO2S itself. If it has degraded over time or been damaged, it may not provide the correct readings. Lastly, if all other components check out as normal, the PCM may be malfunctioning and require further inspection or replacement. Each of these causes will be investigated during the diagnostic process to isolate the issue affecting the HO2S and PCM. The symptoms associated with DTC P2A01 can range from mildly inconvenient to severe. The most obvious sign is the illumination of the check engine light, CEL, on the dashboard, indicating a problem with the vehicle's emissions system. Drivers may also notice a decrease in fuel efficiency as the engine struggles to optimize the air-fuel mixture. Increased exhaust emissions can result from the engine not operating efficiently, which can lead to your vehicle failing an emissions test. Additionally, an improperly functioning sensor may cause the engine to run roughly, potentially affecting the overall drivability of the vehicle. These symptoms often prompt drivers to seek early diagnostic efforts to prevent further engine or sensor damage. The first step in diagnosing DTC P2A01 is to start the engine and hold it at a steady 3,000 RPM without load, ensuring that the CVT is in either the P or N position or that the manual transmission is in neutral. This elevated engine speed should be maintained until the radiator fan engages, after which the engine can be allowed to idle. During this process, it's essential to monitor the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, for any logged DTCs related to the PGMFI, Powertrain Control Module Fuel Injection System. If DTC P2A01 reappears, it indicates that the primary test conditions for the secondary HO2S are still compromised. thus providing valuable insight into whether the sensor or its circuit needs further inspection. The second troubleshooting step focuses on the external circuit related to the secondary HO2S, specifically the SO2 signal circuit and its ground wire, labeled SO2SG. The technician should inspect these circuits carefully to ensure there are no open or shorted conditions. Begin by verifying the continuity of the SO2 signal wire with the ignition turned off. Resistance should ideally be less than 1 ohm. Similarly, the ground circuit should also display low resistance. If either circuit fails the inspection, it may point to potential wiring issues that need rectification. The proper functioning of these circuits is essential for delivering accurate signals to the PCM, enabling it to manage engine performance effectively. Next, the focus shifts to inspecting the secondary HO2S directly. Since direct testing is not feasible, the usual diagnostic approach is to replace the suspect HO2S with a known good component. Once installed, the technician should attempt to reproduce the conditions that triggered DTC P2A01 initially. If the fault reappears after the sensor replacement, it suggests that the underlying issue may lie with other related components rather than the sensor itself. Additionally, if the DTC clears and the engine operates normally, this indicates a faulty secondary HO2S that required replacement. This step is crucial for confirming the effectiveness of the sensor and its role in emissions management. The final troubleshooting step involves inspecting the powertrain control module, PCM, if all preceding components have been verified as functioning correctly. A thorough assessment of the PCM's condition, including connections and inputs, must be carried out to ensure it correctly interprets signals from the secondary HO2S. If the component checks out from earlier inspections, but DTC P2A01 persists, it could point towards a malfunction in the PCM itself. Symptoms such as incorrect readings or failure to reset the DTC further support this assumption. In cases where the PCM is determined to be the issue, it may need reprogramming or replacement to restore proper vehicle operation. Upon completing the necessary repairs and part replacements, it's essential to clear any stored DTCs from the PCM using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. After clearing, the technician should perform a road test to take the vehicle through various driving conditions while monitoring for DTC reappearance. This test will confirm whether the issue has been resolved and the vehicle is functioning as intended. Monitoring engine performance and emissions levels during this phase is important to ensure the successful restoration of the secondary HO2S function. If the vehicle operates normally without triggering the DTC, the repair can be deemed successful. Should any related symptoms return, further diagnostic work may be needed to explore additional issues. Preventive maintenance is key to ensuring the long-term functionality of the Honda Civic's oxygen sensing system. Regular inspections of the exhaust system should be performed to check for any leaks or damage that could impact sensor performance. Checking the connections to the secondary HO2S can prevent issues related to corrosion, dirt, or other contaminants that may disrupt signal readings. Additionally, keeping the PCM software updated can help in enhancing its diagnostics capabilities, thereby improving overall system performance and reducing the likelihood of DTC occurrences in the future. By adopting these preventive measures, vehicle owners can ensure efficient combustion, lower emissions, and prolonged sensor life. In conclusion, understanding DTC P2A01 and its implications is vital for maintaining the health of the emissions system in a Honda Civic 2022 and newer models. Implementing a systematic troubleshooting approach, as outlined, ensures that all potential causes of the issue are thoroughly investigated, leading to accurate diagnosis and repair. Checking components, such as the secondary HO2S and PCM, while understanding their roles in the system, allows for effective problem resolution. Finally, verifying repairs properly through testing reinforces a successful resolution to the DTC. By following these steps, technicians can efficiently restore proper function and performance to the vehicle while adhering to emission standards. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.